Hey everybody, Melody Saul here, Integrative Wellness. I had some clarity and some affirmations come in this morning. So for me, myself, whoever else finds this video, it'll be for you too. And so I just wanted to share. So today, March 6th, is the eve of the full moon. So I think the full moon is basically, I can't remember exactly, but it's like the middle of the night tonight or early tomorrow morning. And so I have contacted my beautiful friend Tammy Zayak, who does her business is Journey Authentic, and she has been studying the moon energy. And full moon is all about releasing, new moon is all about bringing new things in, and then there's all sorts of stuff in between. Anyway, she's the gal that I go to if I have questions about working with moon energy. And so she gave me some tips, and so I did a little bit of release last night, because it's not just the full moon. There's time before and after where the energy is still optimal for release. Anyway, there was a lot of things that have been coming up in the last couple of months because of the work that I did rewriting the relationship with self. I offered that as a 6-week video series, and it's still available because it's a do at your own pace. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can message me. Anyway, all sorts of interesting things came up for release, and so they come up, but for observation, for understanding of what emotional energy is attached, and allowing ourselves to actually experience that energy to a degree so that we can let it go. And the biggest emotion that was attached to all of the things that were popping up and continue to pop up is shame. But it doesn't always look like shame right at the beginning. It looks like judgment. It looks like blame. Then it looks like guilt. But underlying it all is shame. And it's been an interesting observation and allowing of it, actually. And so, what came in this morning? Well, this piece has come in before, but it's come in different ways, but it keeps coming in for a deeper understanding. And that's what's kind of cool about this work, is that there's multiple layers to understanding of maybe even one topic, and it's for release because we hold layers and layers and layers of things and belief systems, understandings. But when we have a new way of looking at it, so if we become aware of what we're holding and what that looks like and the beliefs attached to it, that's step one. So we're like, oh, okay, I didn't even know I was doing that, even though I was moving through life with that. Then there's the pieces of perception that are layered. And so a shift in perception that comes from awareness changes things. And so it's like thinking you only have to go straight, and then you see a road off to the right, and you're like, ooh, I'm going to go down there. And then you might think, ooh, I have to go down there. But then you see another road off to the left. Ooh, I'm going to go down there. And every turn, every new perception, way of looking at things, creates a whole new way of being. And that's the healing piece. That's the really super cool stuff. Okay, so what was the thing that came in? I've taught this to people before. I totally believe it. You know, we live in our own bodies, we live in our own minds, we live in our own thoughts and belief systems and our fears. And that can grab a hold pretty hard and hold us down for a little while. So, this is the thing. Our body is our indicator of what is going on mentally and emotionally. That is the mind-body connection. Every thought we think is electric. Every emotion that is attached to the thought is magnetic. And so every thought we think sends an electromagnetic signal to each and every of our some odd trillion cells in the body. It's instantaneous, and it happens 60 to 80,000 times a day with every thought that we think. So if our thoughts are filled with energy that is neutral or elevated, that is basically the reset and the refurbishing, replenishing of the good juju in our body. But if we're hanging out in thoughts of judgment, blame, guilt or shame, resentment, anger, frustration, sadness, blah, 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 fear, then those cells are feeling that energy and responding in kind. So if we have gut issues, I'll use myself as an example. For 10 years, I had gut issues that just got worse and worse and worse. And the thing wasn't the gut issue. The thing was the emotional crap that was bubbling to the surface with what was happening in my life at the time. So I was, had small kids and felt like all of the responsibility was on my shoulders. That was just my belief. But I was living that every day for years, and my body was letting me know. And so if worry and fear hold in the guts, we all know we feel fear, anxiety, worry, chances are pretty good you're going to feel it in your gut. There's that feeling. And so over the years, that's really started affecting my body. But my gut issues weren't the thing. My gut issues were telling me about the thing. And so I've had some new things. I've had some new body things, new in-body indicators come in. And I've been experiencing new body things for a while. And the first emotion that pops in is fear of the body things. I'm afraid of my body and the new indicator that is presenting itself. But this morning, there was a few pieces of the puzzle that came together, and a new piece of understanding, clarity, awareness, and a piece that made that information a little bit clearer. And again, it's all about the body being the indicator. So I'm going to use myself as an example. So I'm 57. I am postmenopausal. And interesting things happen when you're postmenopausal. We can't change how our body works on a general hormonal way. We as women get our periods, we ovulate, we go into menopause, and we move through menopause, and we're in postmenopause. That's gonna happen. How it happens, the symptoms we feel, the severity of the symptoms is based on mental, emotional. I know it might feel kind of trippy, but it might be new information, or you might be nodding in agreement. It's a new way of looking at things. Mental, emotional, experienced in the physical. I've been experiencing stress, incontinence, sneezing, coughing. Apparently there's a lot of women that experience the same thing. And there's all sorts of things out there which I never knew about until I started experiencing the issue. So I'm going to fix it, because that's what I do. Okay, this is what's happening. I'm going to fix it. Totally oblivious of all of the other stuff underlying. Although there's this piece niggling in my mind that's saying, but the incontinence isn't the thing. That's not the thing. So I'm going to do pelvic floor exercises. And I'm doing those pelvic floor exercises. And then I start to feel a lot of pressure, like a lot of pressure in the front, sort of just above my pubic bone, but where the bladder is located. Oh my God, now I've got a bladder infection. Nope, no bladder infection. So all of these things are compounding. And I have the piece of awareness come in that the body is the indicator. So now how do we know what's underlying? Well, the symptoms are not the thing. They are the indicator of the thing. How do you feel about the symptoms? So the coach that I work with, Tracy Furlong at Furlong Wellness, this is what she asked me. How do you feel about the symptoms? Like, how do you feel about the physical symptoms happening in your body? So the physical symptoms, and where do you feel them? Like, how are the symptoms presenting in your body? Where are the symptoms presenting in your body? And how do you feel emotionally about those symptoms? So felt like a lot of pressure. Like, it felt like pressure. It wasn't necessarily painful. It was achy, but it felt like pressure. And it didn't feel comfortable. Like, it felt uncomfortable. That pressure felt uncomfortable. And so where else in my life am I experiencing that? Well, I am feeling a lot of pressure. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to fix the problem, what I perceive as the problem. And so I'm making it wrong. I'm making it so wrong. And I want to fix it. And so there was a lot of pressure. I felt a lot of pressure with the incontinence, and I was going to fix it with the pelvic floor exercises. Well, and then things got inflamed and cranky, and I felt the pressure that I was putting on myself because I was making this thing wrong. And what does the incontinence equal? Feeling out of control, feeling lack of control. Where's that presenting itself in my life? Well, I'm learning to let go, trust, and allow. And for someone who has felt like they've needed to control everything in their life to feel safe, that's been an interesting learning. And so there's pieces coming together right now as I'm talking about the control and letting go, trusting and allowing, and it all works together. So those are just the indicators. It's like when you're driving your car, you fill up the gas tank, the indicator says full. As you drive your car, it goes down, it says empty. The more empty it becomes, the more the light comes on, might pop on, and then it might flash. And so it's saying, hey, we have, like, you're going to be running out of gas here pretty soon. Our body works exactly the same way. If we don't listen or pay attention, acknowledge the indicator, and we just keep leaving it, then it's going to try and get our attention more and more and more. What I found myself doing, and I don't know if COVID is related, I kind of feel like it is, but maybe not. We were taught to be afraid of everything that we didn't know. Like everything was scary. Like every fucking thing was scary. And so now everything that I don't know that's happening in my body, that is an indicator, I go instantly to fear. What's that spot? What's that? Why is this hurting? What's that pressure? Why is this happening? Something's wrong. I'm scared. And so it's been a journey. Not always terribly fun. But I am learning. I'm learning to let go. I'm learning to trust. I'm learning to allow. I'm not there yet, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be honest. So that's the piece that has come in with a bit more clarity and understanding today. So on this journey of rewriting the relationship with self, it basically came because I was judging my physical body. I was really judging it hard. I was feeling really uncomfortable in me. I'd gained weight, I hadn't been exercising, and I was so frustrated. So I have a few different books. I don't know how to do this so that you see it, so it's not backwards. I could shift it around and then I'd have to get up and move the screen, but I'm just gonna show you. So I have a few different books that are based on the mind-body connection, and so the emotional thoughts and beliefs underlying the physical. And so again, the physical, if we look at the physical as the indicator, then it's not about the physical, it's about how we feel about the physical, about what the physical is presenting. It's clues. They're clues. And so the other day I grabbed this book. You're not going to see it. So The Secret Language of Your Body by Ina Segal. Amazon. I love Amazon. And I was just flipping through it looking for something. And I saw overweight. And I thought, oh. And so this is what it says about overweight. Guilt, shame, suppressed emotions, carrying others' problems and burdens, trying to cover your vulnerability, hurt, or abuse from the past, not feeling good enough, ding, 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 feeling stuck, ding, 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 punishing yourself with food, trying to push people away or keep them at a distance. Yep, my poor husband. Not allowing your true beauty and essence to shine through. Holy man, like I'm having a hot flash right now because this is just ticking all the boxes. Keeping the weight as protection. Even if we don't understand that that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing. Constant procrastination. And I'm pretty good at procrastinating, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm getting better at I'm getting better at not judging myself. And that's true. I'm getting better at not judging myself for waiting, because I really do believe that there is a divine right time for everything. And even if we judge ourselves for procrastinating, there's a reason for it. And what if it's not wrong? And so all of those things made so much sense. So being overweight isn't the thing, although we think it's the thing. We judge it for being the thing. We judge the food, we judge ourselves, we judge not moving, we judge all of this stuff as the thing, but it's not the thing. The guilt, the shame, the suppressed emotions, all that shit that I just read is the thing. That's the thing. So if those thoughts, those beliefs are running around playing in the background without us even realizing that that's what's happening, that energy of all of that stuff is being sent electromagnetically to every single of our trillions of cells every second of every day, 60 to 80,000 times. So I'm going to ask you to, I'm going to invite you to pick one thing in your life right now that you are experiencing physically in your body. Write down what you're physically experiencing and describe it. So I'm feeling pressure, blah, blah, blah. I'm feeling pain, blah, blah, blah. Like, think about the physical sensation that you are experiencing in your body. Where are you experiencing it? Because every part of our body is also very specific to certain beliefs and thoughts about our beliefs. And then I'm going to invite you to write down how you feel emotionally about the thing that is the symptoms, the indicators that you're experiencing in your body. Then ask yourself, where else in my life am I feeling frustrated, annoyed, sad, angry, blah, blah, blah. So we don't have to worry about the good stuff. Some people might go, but Melody, you're always focused on the bad stuff or the stuff that doesn't feel good. Yeah, because that's the shit we want to get rid of. I mean, the good stuff takes care of itself. When we invite the good stuff in, it automatically resets our body. Like, we live in a freaking amazing vessel. It's a self-healing machine. And when it's not working at 100% capacity, it's because all that stuff from here is energetically being experienced in our body. It's not right or wrong or good or bad. It just is. It just is. And so we don't have to worry about the good stuff. It takes care of itself. All the other shit, that's the stuff that we want to get rid of so we can feel more good stuff. That's the work. That's the thing. And so that's my aha. That's what I learned this morning. That's my piece of clarity that puts more puzzle pieces together. And I felt it was really important to share that. So there you go. Drop me a message if any of this resonated for you. And because I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear your experiences and if there was any ahas or clarity from this for you. And for those of you joining, thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being open to your own healing journey, because you know what? You're worth it. Because your healing is everyone's healing. Not because it's up to you to heal everybody else, but you are the most beautiful gift to the planet, and your healing energy and loving yourself and doing this work is the most beautiful thing that you could do for the planet. So thank you. Have an amazing day, everybody.